Oh hey, I'm just playing Mario Kart here. Oh yeah, this is an Xbox controller. See, I'm using Linux to emulate it, right? Oh, right, this is a PS4. Yeah, I'm running Linux on my PS4. Pretty cool, right? Almost as cool as our sponsor, Zoho CRM. Zoho CRM is a 360-degree solution that offers an intuitive UI, AI predictions, and a design studio to help you get your sales done faster. Learn more at zoho.com/CRM. This exploit, humorously named Poobs4, is a kernel-level exploit that makes use of an out-of-bounds exploit, hence the name, POOBS4, play out-of-bounds station 4, and playing out-of-bounds is correct. With this exploit, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff, from basic stuff like accessing debug menus and loading up cheats and game trainers, all the way up to running a full-fledged Linux install. There it is! The PlayStation 4 Pro actually isn't as optimized on this version of Linux than the PlayStation 4 itself is. The hardware is slightly different, so the drivers aren't optimized for the extra horsepower that the PS4 Pro can provide. So it actually, ironically, runs better on the standard PlayStation 4. Alright, so we load up the web browser. Caro host manual exploit. That's the URL there. You just punch that in manually if you didn't have a tab already opened. Goldhen v2.1. There is not enough free system memory. Trying again. There you go. So now I get to insert this USB drive, and then click OK on the pop-up notification. The reason why this is a little bit weird is because memory scrambling is a thing to kind of make it difficult to do this kind of thing. So you kind of gotta brute force it a little bit. Then we wait. Jailbreak done. Please remove USB drive and click OK. So what's happening when we put this USB in is, due to a programming error in the PS4's version of WebKit, the web browser that we're using here, we can take advantage of a buffer overflow, and that's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. A buffer is a region of memory that's used to store data right while it's being moved between locations. When too much data is sent to a buffer, it gets written out of bounds, which can cause things like crashes, blue screens, or the ability to run some malicious code at the kernel level. This USB, though, uses a buffer overflow to inject code into the PS4 that allows us to access all sorts of fun things. Like I saw RetroArch on the main menu there, a homebrew browser, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's take a look around and see what this gives us access to now. The Homebrew Store, I kind of want to see what's in the Homebrew Store. PS4 temperature, you can make the fans scream. So if I turn the threshold way down, ooh, getting ready for takeoff. Yeah, I noticed this patch installer.
These will just show your installed applications and their version numbers, which is helpful. And then you would just have to like drop files in over FTP,
okay,
or you can use a USB.
So this is the main downside of this particular exploit, is that it's already been patched. This is something that requires an older version of the PlayStation 4's firmware. And if you go on PSN to download games or updates or even play online, it'll force you to update in order to basically be one with the Sony. And if you update, you no longer have access to any of this. So as of Dying Light 2, there are still major releases coming out that you can still play with this version of the system software. But yes, despite the fact that it can run these new games, you're not going to be able to play online.
Not through PSN.
Yeah, right, not through PSN.
Any game that supports local multiplayer, you can basically forward your LAN. Right, the
Homebrewed Store. I wanted to see what's available in there. Okay, so why is Twitch and Prime Video and Crunchyroll and Plex even on here when we obviously have access to those through the PSN? Well, the PSN is not available to you anymore, and those apps actually do have a check in them that makes it so that you have to use the PSN to launch them. So what this does is gives you the version of the app that has that check disabled. And therefore you can just log in with your Twitch account or your Crunchyroll account or your Amazon account. Let's see, what else do we have here? Test application, yep, that sounds about right. Dead Island Riptide Dev Menu Edition. So this is the kind of stuff that you can get with this. You can get patches or versions of apps that have been modified or tweaked to give you access to things that, for example, the developers would have used during development. Modding your console basically turns it into a PC in terms of what you can do with your games. Like, we've got RetroArch here. We've got PS4 Explorer, that's a file manager, I believe. PSN Enabler, yeah, that's a troll app. Half-Life Blue Shift, ooh, that's on here? Is that a Dreamcast emulator? Yeah, Rightcast. So what have we got installed? Let's try River Raid. Is this like the old Atari River Raid? Yeah, this is absolutely River Raid. with some very interesting music. I'm not quite sure what this is all about. I like this. Like, this is probably not legally distinct from Atari's River Raid, but it's here. And this was somebody's project, something that somebody decided, hey, you know, it sounds like a really fun idea. Let's take some assets from the Unity store and recreate this old arcade game. That's the kind of thing that Homebrew has always kind of had.
Go back to the web browser.
Go back to the web browser.
We're gonna get some trainers running.
Oh, trainers, I like those. Those are available on PC too.
So you're gonna go to WebRTE.
The Blue Boy. PS4 trainer. For now, let's go with The Last of Us Part 2 and do some training.
So now that you're here, just you can leave it.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back to the web browser.
Back to the web browser. So The Last of Us is running. Yeah, PS4trainer.com. One thing you might notice here is in the top left corner under PS4 Trainer, we've got an IP address. If we go to PS4trainer.com on our smartphone or a laptop or even a desktop, we could punch that IP address into that and then actually load exploits from there. So we can enable the dev menu, we can enable infinite items and infinite silencer ammo too, why not? L3 plus right touch, there it is. Yeah, there's the dev menu. Weapons, gun cocking, aiming, accuracy. I don't know how much of this I want to play with because this is a deep dev menu. Let me tell you that right now. I read the cutting room floor all the time. Most dev menus do not have all this stuff. So let's unpause that. L3 and R3. Woo! I like she's meditating. This is the skybox. Oh, you can see, what was that? Oh, there's some water. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. She's displaying dominance with two hammers. One in her hand and one just kind of floating there, back there. The little mini animations that she's doing, those are done, but she's going back to the T-pose because that's the default animation state. This is the kind of stuff that I love. I love dev menu stuff. It shows you how the game was actually made. Gun cocking, tunables, stealth delay, combat delay, so you can choose how quickly the gun cocks. Visualize bullet spread, yep. Mario camera? I'm supposed to have infinite ammo here. Yep. I don't have anything in reserve, but I can keep shooting forever. And of course I can go into no clip mode to just go wherever I want. Oh, is the camera supposed to turn like that when you move with just the left stick?
Wait, left stick? No.
That's Mario camera then.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we still have The Last of Us Part 2 into this console right now. Yep. No disc. But we got it off the disc. Oh, the 60 FPS patch was made with love by Lance McDonald. Ooh, this game is normally locked to 30. The PS4 wasn't capable of going much higher than that. I think you can apply this patch. I was reading up about it earlier. You can apply it, but you're not going to get 60.
The physics were tied to the frame rate in the original Bloodborne.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, when physics are tied to the frame rate, that's always horrible. So if if you just removed the FPS lock, then the game would just run faster. This patch must have been an actual endeavor to put together. Made with love, actually. 60 FPS. I mean, it seems mostly 60.
And you can see that the save file has already been tampered with.
Yeah.
Because you have a million blood echoes.
Wow. Yep.
Well, that's enough. How about we go and we go and do some cheats?
Cheats, yes. Cheats would be good. Bloodborne. Oh god, which version do we have? Probably the latest, right? So start speed.
Go infinite health.
Infinite health. Yep.
Infinite stamina.
Infinite stamina. Yep.
Speed attack R1, R2.
Yes, thank you. Well, that's the video. You know, it is what it is. Maybe I should have used the other. Oh no, did the system totally crash now? Janky software can sometimes crash, but you don't have to worry about that at lttstore.com. Our servers are always there for you. And for me, and for everybody else who wants to get cool merch, like a WAN hoodie. Real nice. Just like this Linux. Linux? Yes, I said Linux. Coming back to the Caro host manual exploit here, we've got multiple different flavors of Linux here, up to 5 gigabytes down to 1 gigabyte. What is that? Basically, you're telling the PS4 how much memory it's going to still have after you start running Linux. So 1 gigabyte would actually allocate more memory to Linux than to the PlayStation 4. Now, if I do this, it'll probably error the first couple times I try it. 1 gigabyte is usually not enough, but let's try it. Failed to load file. Yeah, okay. So now I need to try again. I think it's that it just doesn't have enough memory.
Well, no, usually we'll throw like a...
Oh.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go. Do a terminal. Console. Yay! Console! What desktop environments? Oh, we've got GNOME and everything here? But the default is LXDE for obvious reasons. LXDE is a lot more lightweight. All right, we've got Linux and a Linux terminal. Yeah, check this out. It's actually just straight up Linux. So like we've got full Chrome here. We can go to ltdstore.com in a much better browser than the one that ships with the PS4. It's smooth. Smooth like that plaid flannel. I can use the PlayStation controller. Like the mouse even works with the touchpad. Of course, it is running off of USB, so it is going to take a minute to launch. Let's skip it. It'll keep compiling in the background. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. It's like 40 or 50. Yeah, it's probably running better than it did on my my PC when I first played it. Settings, and do 1080p. It's not bad, it's like 30, something like that. There's tearing because VSync's not on. I imagine when I get into a firefight, it'll be a little bit different. Oh, that's why we should have let those shaders compile. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, come on.
It never crashed when I played it.
So we've got 7 gigs of RAM assigned to this VM. So that could also be part of why it crashed. Okay, did it say, oh, crap. Doop. There we go. Exclusive full screen. It does not like that. Can I play it with the PlayStation controller? It doesn't seem, wait. I can use the touchpad. This is terrible. Stop running away, you coward. Okay. So that's what happens when you try to use the touchpad on the PlayStation controller. Give me that Xbox controller. Yeah. Another one? So you might be watching this and asking yourself, why? Well, for the most part, the answer is because we can. But also, this is a pretty great way to get more mileage out of a console that's just gathering dust, or with certain mods and trainers, you can get a glimpse behind the curtain and see how some of your favorite games were made. These kinds of hacks have enabled the lore-ravenous From Software fans to explore and discover cut content and development secrets that coy devs would never talk about. So if you have a PS4 that's gathering dust, or maybe you just love the chance to tinker, we highly recommend giving this a shot. A great place to start would be watching Modded Warfare's extensive tutorial guides that were an invaluable resource for this video. You gotta love the modding community. Just like I love sponsor segues like these to Zoho CRM. Zoho CRM is a 360-degree solution for managing your business's sales, marketing, and customer service. With their intuitive UI and simple navigation, you can implement their service quickly and efficiently with minimal disruption to your current processes. They offer AI predictions to help you understand your customers' needs, so you can see trends and purchase patterns by a variety of indicators. Plus, their inbuilt design studio helps you customize your CRM experience to help you spot critical customer or account information at a glance, helping you get your work done faster. Zoho offers flexible contracts, transparent pricing, and an ever-evolving product that grows to meet your needs without snowballing costs. With over 15 years of experience in the industry and over 250,000 clients, Zoho CRM is a great solution to support you in your customer relationship management needs. Get 50% off your annual subscription when you use code ZCRM50 using the link in the video description. Thanks for watching, guys. I gave Sony a lot of crap about their integrated browser in this video, but Microsoft recently enabled Edge, full-fat Edge, in their Xbox consoles, and we did a video on that as well. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that, so it's a great video.